the course objective of molecular biology is to discuss the fundamental aspects of molecular biology, right? So this slide tells us about the molecular biology course and what we will learn in it. So first we will learn the basic concepts of molecular biology. We will understand how cells are organized and study important biomolecules such as DNA, RNA, proteins, carbohydrates and lipids and that are present inside the cells. Next, we will study the main processes that happen inside cells like DNA replication, transcription and translation, which is how DNA makes copy of itself and how DNA is used to make RNA and then how RNA is to make proteins. Then we will also understand how DNA gets damaged and how cells repair the damage to keep genetic information safe. Finally, we will learn about the genetic code and gene expression, which explain how the information stored in DNA is used to produce the proteins and control the activities of cell. So, in simple words, this course teaches us how DNA works, how cell function, and how proteins are made, and how genetic information is protected and expressed. So, these concepts form the foundation of biotechnology, genetics, and modern biology. Therefore, molecular biology is the most important and added subjects in the biotechnology, microbiology, and other courses. Then we are having the program educational objectives. So students will gain strong theoretical knowledge and practical skills in biotechnology. They will also learn how biotechnology is connected with other life science subjects. So students will develop the skills needed for higher studies and careers in industries, laboratories and research while following ethical values. And even students will learn to use biotechnology to solve real life problems related to environment, bioenergy, healthcare, medicine and industries in an ethical way and will develop critical thinking, entrepreneurial skills. This will help they will able to design or improve biotechnology products and processes and become lifelong learners and improve their communication and professional skills which will help them succeed in their careers. So basically, in simple words, the biotechnology program aims to provide good knowledge, practical skills, ethical values, problem solving ability, entrepreneurship, and professional communication skills so students can build a successful career. Then, after this, we are having about the course. So the course help us to understand the structure and function of DNA and RNA, which are the genetic materials of living organism. Then we will study how DNA replicates copies of itself and learn the differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. This course also explains DNA damage, genetic code, transcription, translation, gene expression, and etc. Then we will also learn about the structure and functions of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells and how their cell components are organized. Basically, the course includes theory classes, case studies, and practical laboratory work which help us understand biological processes and improve our practical skills. In simple words, this course teaches how cells works, how DNA stores and transfers information and how proteins are made and these concepts are applied in biotechnology and research. Further, we are having the learning outcomes of this course. Basically, these are the skills and knowledge we will gain after completing this molecular biology. We will understand the basic and advanced concept of molecular biology along with the important techniques used in this subject. We will develop subject knowledge and practical skills. We will help us in higher studies, research, and professional careers. We will learn about the different instruments and laboratory techniques used in molecular biology and understand how they are applied in scientific research. And the molecular pathways learns how DNA get damaged and study the different DNA repair mechanisms that help protect genetic information. Basically, in simple words, after completing molecular biology, you will get to understand its concept, learn important laboratory techniques, gain research and practical work. Okay, understand DNA damage and repair mechanisms. Basically, overall, this course prepares us for the higher studies, research, and careers in biotechnology and life sciences. So, here the overview of the course of molecular biology concept was cleared.